How often do you practice self-compassion? How often do you turn inward with loving kindness and care, especially in difficult moments? Especially those difficult moments when perhaps you're beating yourself up, when that inner critic is chattering away, or your amygdala is chewing on something really difficult and painful. Self-compassion is a skill, and it's one of the most important ones we can have for mental health, wellness, and overall well-being. It also protects us from experiences of anxiety, depression, and so much more. Self-compassion is a critical part of healing through traumatic grief. Not only because the experience of having traumatic grief can feel a little crazy making, and crazy is a word I used for myself all the time when I was on my trauma healing journey. My brain and my body would go off and do something super bizarre and weird, and I would feel absolutely broken and crazy. Self-compassion creates a space for us to hold the container of my brain is doing a wackadoodle thing, and it's not me, it's my brain. And when we lean into self-compassion and extend loving kindness inward, we're soothing our brain and our body. It's like a healing balm. It's spaciousness to say, oh, I see my inner humanity. And self-compassion also creates an opportunity for us to connect with the larger truth that we're not alone on this journey. Other people have experienced similar things and may even be out there experiencing them right now. And I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. If you're on a grieving journey, and especially a trauma healing journey that is woven through with grief, you are not alone. I've been there, and I have walked alongside many, many hundreds of people who have as well, if not thousands of people at this point. So kudos to you for even being here and watching this video, for taking a moment to turn inward with loving care and curiosity to say, what's going on, brain? How are you navigating these moments? And is there anything we can do about it? So self-compassion matters, and it's one of the best things we can do. Now I can say that, and you might be going, what is the self-compassion thing? Or you've hopefully heard a little bit to be able to figure it out. But just because we know what something is doesn't mean it's easy to do. And hey, I am very well aware. I think one of my biggest roadblocks to my recovery journey was the fact that I was a trauma expert who had PTSD and traumatic grief. I held myself to incredibly high standards because what I knew was supposed to help me get through it, right? But it didn't. And that's where self-compassion plays a critical role. It's connecting into the mind-body journey and allowing us to turn inward with an understanding and a deep level of care and love. So think about the last time you felt compassion for someone or something. Humans are amazingly compassionate for other people, and we're not so good at compassion for ourselves. In fact, we're biologically wired to be compassionate towards others and not towards ourselves. That's why self-compassion is the skill. Compassion is actually innate. Isn't that wacky? Our systems are so weird. And we can use the experience of noticing compassion for someone or something else and start to anchor that into our mind and body system. We call this a resilience target or a resilience anchor. We can remember a time we felt that feeling state and then begin to apply that soothing, havening touch and bring that moment to life, remembering the sensory experience of having compassion for someone or something else, a pet, even a flower or a tree. The other day, one of the trees in our yard was wilting. It's pretty hot out here in California right now. And I was like, oh, I had such compassion for that tree. I was like, I need to go water that tree. So I can hold that space and remember what that felt like. And then also the act of giving water and nurturing that tree and how that felt. Those moments live in our mind-body system, and when we bring them to life with intention and anchor them in, plus that havening touch, we're harnessing the power of neuroplasticity. We're intentionally guiding our brain in the direction we want it to go and focusing it on the thing we want more of, in this case, compassion. So notice what compassion looks like and feels like for you. Does it have a home in your body? Does it have a color? Mine's kind of a light fuzzy blue, not surprisingly, perhaps the color of this blanket. Although sometimes it can be a little rainbow or opalescent. It's weird. And notice if there's a temperature or an energy to it. Mine kind of glows with an aura. Mine's warm and it lives in my heart. And then as you're noticing that, as you're applying the havening touch, imagine that you're channeling that energy inward with each touch. And start to ask that creating possibilities question. What if I extended compassion towards myself? What if I brought this compassion inward? What if I held space with loving care and compassion for myself? Our brain loves to answer questions. And when we anchor it with intentional attention to a resilience anchor or target, we can begin to have curiosity and ask questions about whatever it is we want more of. As that what if begins to fill up and become a possibility, we then can move into that, I can be. I can explore possibly having self-compassion. And just like when you go to the gym and you start building muscles as you're lifting weights, you're helping your brain link and start building neural freeways towards what you want more of. And the beauty of the havening touch is that it harnesses the electrochemical activity of our brain to make that muscle building, but your neural network building pattern go faster and be more efficient. And the mental rehearsal strengthens it. What if to I can be, I will be, and then and only then if it feels real, I am. Because we don't want to lie to our amygdala. We don't do toxic affirmations here, do we? We want our survival brain to be on board. And we can use that resilience anchor of compassion and bring it in and extend it to ourselves. And then do this little practice, just a couple minutes every day, and start to teach your brain the skill of self-compassion so that as you're on your healing journey, anytime you notice your brain starts beating you up or you start having one of those symptoms of trauma or you wake up in a nightmare, you can take a gentle, loving breath in, put your hands on your heart space and go, oh, brain, I see you. I can hold space for you. I am compassionate towards you and towards myself. And that in of itself takes the power and the weight as well as the fear away from the trauma and gives your brain a new opportunity for moving forward with personal empowerment and strength. So give it a try. Let me know how it goes. There's also many more exercises on this channel focused on self-compassion. And of course, my book, Healing in Your Hands, has many self-compassion interweaves. So check that out as well as a wonderful healing opportunity. And it's an honor to be on this journey with you, sending you all the compassion in the world, all the patience for what you're going through, and inviting you to deepen your connection inward and connect with loving care.